The robots mapped his brain. They predicted his future, but they forgot one thing. You can't knock down a man with nothing to lose and a pocket full of buttered ham. This Bastille Day, sync up with true love. Baby, that movie, baby, that movie, baby, that movie, yeah. John, I need to be honest with you. I think I'm falling in love with my phone, and I'm worried. I'm worried my phone doesn't love me back.
I'll be honest with you. After you said that you were falling in love with your phone and were worried, I thought you'd be worried about something else. But the way you say it, like, yeah, that makes sense. I feel honestly the same way. Like, my phone knows my face more than anyone. It knows my bank details. It knows that I've been looking at the same pair of Japanese denim jeans like 500 times today and I haven't bought them. If that's not intimacy, Harry, I don't know what it is.
No. That's just digital convenience love. I'm talking about the deeper algorithm level love. I want to feel the cold silicone hand of destiny telling me that dating is a waste of my time, and my small, happy rectangular screen has everything I'll ever need right there in my pocket.
I've actually taken that a step further. I built my own AI coach, and it's been a lot of tough love more than like true love so far. Like last night I asked it to pick my dinner and it suggested that we have data packets and more API.
Ooh.
Ashley was not pleased.
Well, API does sound like a fancy clam dish, so maybe it's close. All right, enough talking about how badly we wish our phones loved us as much as we loved them. We've got a movie to make. Today, we're turning True Love from Martin House Brewing not into a rom-com, as you might expect, but instead into a dystopian sci-fi epic about what happens when the machines deciding you're no match and exile you to the loveless mines for a life of manual labor and solo lovemaking.
That's regular me. So you're telling me that we're finally going to address the fact that robots are only 1 or 2 software updates away from realizing that humans are just fleshy, inefficient batteries that complain way too much about lag.
Yes.
Yeah.
But luckily for the humans in today's movie, they've got a few surprises up their collective sleeves, like underground sex communes, buttered ham as a revolutionary act, and the terrifying power of a 1998 one-hit wonder that could topple the Beta empire.
Cheers to you, Nathan, who checked this beer in, and Martin House, who made it, and to the Beer Me That Movie outcasts that I'm sure only use their phones for good. Like listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
Crack that can, everyone.
Yes, put the algorithm down and pick up a beer. This is True Love.
A few Beer Me That Movie updates. Our new digital mothership is officially live, and it's a nostalgic dream, folks. You can browse our entire catalog of cinematic masterpieces. You can play a 1990s-style browser game that feels kind of like a fever dream. It was very much inspired by Harrison's One Wish for the website. You can access the vault. You can vote on your favorites. You can contribute to your own wild beer picks and put them into our vault. We're officially polling the top-voted vault beer to star in our 50th and final feature film.
Heyo.
And if you're into hunting for glitches, we've buried a lot of Easter eggs on the website too, but seriously, for the sake of our own server, don't type sexy none.
Yeah, don't do it. And if you want to see the visual manifestation of our brand, head over to YouTube and check out our new trailer. It's based on a real 1990s infomercial, complete with the lighting and the sheer unbridled desperation of a 3M broadcast. It's the perfect way to explain to your friends why you listen to two guys talk about robot elbows and craft beer for an hour. Go explore the site, vote in the vault, and find out why we're the 404 ever champions of your podcast feed.
Did you say robot elbows?
Yes.
Okay. Before we begin tonight's adventure, some film historians or people with IMDb accounts might say that there's already a movie called True Love. And to them, I say, Does your movie have a protagonist pumped up by 90s nostalgia and robot part mining, elbows included? No, it doesn't. So sit down. You're watching a masterpiece in the making.
Exactly. We aren't infringing on copyright. We're turning beer into film.
And as Lagerstani tradition tells us, beer is the ultimate source of truth. So technically, we're doing this first.
Yes, and this isn't a rom-com. It's a cyber symphony of the unmatched. It's Vogue. It's a scientific breakthrough that uses storytelling to remind us to think for ourselves and butter our hams. So now, put your hands in your pockets and get ready to find our version of True Love.
And now, John and Harrison present our feature film.
We made it. Welcome to Act 1, the 404 Ever.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, you ever click on a website and it gives you 404 and you're like, I don't know what this means, but I'm also pissed.
Right, I need to be somewhere. I'm late for a meeting.
It means that the website you clicked on wasn't found, so that's a hint.
There you go.
We talked about this movie in last week's Fast Five, for those of you just randomly stumbling upon our True Love episode because of the YouTube algorithm.
Welcome.
Harrison, will you, in the best of your ability as science lead on this podcast, can you give me like a quick recap of like how we took a beer named True Love and came up with any sort of movie idea that isn't a rom-com?
Right. I think that was part of the goal, is tradition here on Beer With That Movie. Whenever we see a movie that looks like it should be something else, we try to spice it up. So this had rom-com written all over it, and we said, no. Let's take the rom and bury it in a cave somewhere and put it in the future, and leave the comedy, because that's inevitable with these things. So so that's where it kind of started, was let's go to the future. Let's re-envision what true love is. We know it today. If things keep going the way they're going, what does it look like in 50 years? Are robots matchmaking? Probably. I mean, you could argue that that's already happening. You're swiping through Tinder or whatever. The algorithm's doing a lot of matchmaking, whether it's for denim pants or your next date. Let's take that to the nth degree. Let's have humans, their marriages be arranged by some AI algorithm, and what happens to the people that are kind of left out. Surely there's not a match for everyone. Well, what do we do with those people? And that's kind of where the idea started, and then we spiraled it like a ham out of control and
Nice.
added fun,
Keep it coming.
fun things to it. Hopefully a lot of ham jokes tonight. We'll see how the memory does. But that's kind of where it started. We got this world where Nathan, who checked this beer in, so cheers to you again, Nathan, is going to be a protagonist, and he is going to be this guy that starts the whole story. He's supposed to get a match on his 18th birthday, find his true love, and it doesn't happen. He's sent away and to the outcast land, and we get to see what that means and what the AI maybe was really doing, matching all these people up. We had a lot of good theories and almost a whole movie, so I think we kind of felt that in the Fast Five, and we're like, let's stop. We're doing True Love right now. Let's leave something for next week. So here we are to fluff that up, to put some
fluff it up and
put some
flesh it
butter on
out.
this ham of a story and glaze this bad mamma jamma. So that's what we're trying to do.
It's like weirdly sexual, but I'm here for it.
That's right. Ham is the sexiest meat, next to
Isn't that
maybe
the
roast
truth?
beef. But all right, calm down in the back.
They call it a loose meat sandwich in the Midwest. So Nathan's our protagonist. Nathan checked the beer in. You guys voted for it.
Yes.
This was everyone's favorite pick.
Yes.
We got a lot of love for Cottage, and hopefully you'll vote for that in the vault,
That's
because
in the
I
vault.
did want
Don't
to make
worry.
it. But
Gosh, that'll be fun.
tonight's True Love, Nathan's the guy, robot matchmaking, a glitch in the Matrix or something.
Right.
We had one of our fans reach out and say, this is like your opportunity to make a Beer Me That Movie
Yes.
Matrix. We're not doing that, but we are going to try and throw some homage to
But we might
Keanu.
accidentally do that.
Yeah.
We'll see where our subconscious takes us.
So in this, since we're making a movie, Harrison, can you give me like I don't know, Stephen Kingy like opening shot?
Yeah.
Like it really has nothing to do with the movie, but it sets the pace for maybe like Nathan as a boy, or Nathan having his first girlfriend or something like that.
Ooh, right. Okay. How about this? Let's try this on. We're in the future, and I'm imagining, we talked about this a little bit in the Fast Five too. This is kind of like Demolition Man world, where like the upper level where we start, it's very boring, it's very beige, it's very safe, and then of course all the fun is happening in the underground, as it always does. But we're starting above ground, and I think the opening shot can be, how about this? So we'll, instead of a kid, let's go back and let's start in like a nursery. There's a baby boy in a crib, and he's being tended to by some robot nurses, as one would be.
Just to let us know we're in the future.
That's right. Repurposed meatpacking robots.
It could be next year. It could be 20 years from now.
They're used to swaddle packs of bacon. Now they're in ham. Now they're swaddling
wrapping
children.
him in saran wrap and shoving a price tag on him.
Next. So that's not happening. They're robot nurses in nurse mode. Swaddling this baby or whatever, this baby boy in this crib. And then I want like a human woman to walk in, and she should be humming something. This is going to be important. Hum some song from the past, John. Humming.
Oh, I know the song.
Okay, do you?
Yep.
Oh, humming along. Good. Perfect. And I think if she's doing that, I think the robot nurses like freeze, and the human woman continues to sing a little bit, reaches out to the baby boy, whose hand reaches up to her in the crib and holds him his finger as she smiles at him. And this is a nice scene. It's kind of confusing what's going on, singing, robots freezing, who's this boy, who's this woman? And I think we cut right to
nice
modern day or future day Nathan waking up in a cold sweat. It's the morning of his 18th birthday, and the woman and the baby boy in the crib, that was just a dream, or it appears it was just a dream.
So Nathan, we get this little exposition in the beginning, kind of sets a little bit of a creepy tone.
Yes. It shows that humans and robots are living together. It's kind of trying to lay the world out a little bit. Trust them with their babies.
A lovely song in our heads.
That's right. A song that maybe some of you have already picked up on, but we'll see.
It was definitely in the show notes somewhere. I will remember to put a shout out. Anyways, what is so important about Nathan's 18th birthday? He wakes up in a cold sweat. Is this just because the planet is freezing, or
right? No, it's probably really hot. Everything's tropical, and Idaho is now beachfront property. But we won't go into that too much or at all today. Just know that. But yeah, so 18th birthday, I can't remember if we said that in the Fast Five, but we essentially said that yes, your 18th birthday in this case is your kind of your link up day, we'll call it, like the day you discover who your match is going to be. So it's equally exciting and nerve-wracking for any young man or young woman who's going through this, and it's Nathan's turn. It's his birthday. He started the day off with a weird dream, and I was got a goofy song in his head, but he probably tries to like push that down and walk out of his beige cement room with
everything one color,
right? Just like a mattress on the floor and a single orb light. He's wearing like some kind of robe thing.
And the growing pods.
Yep, yeah, he's exactly right. He's under a heat lamp. Or he hopes it's a heat lamp, and and walks out to the world. And it could be a cool intro, like he walks out kind of maybe on like out of an apartment, and you see the city that looks like a cleaner version of the city from The Fifth Element, with like floating
like
cars,
good exposition into what world we live into.
Yes, some ivory tower in the future that's in the distance. Rather, it says like Beta Center, Beta Tower,
and you brought Beta up a few times.
Yes,
and it's in this world, it could be meant as an insult. But like the 18th birthday, you get matched up with your true love, and that's, I guess, when you begin your formal adult life in this world.
Right, exactly.
Are there other like anomalies in this world where are the robots just in charge of matchmaking, or are there other things that like have been taken away from us?
Good call. Yes, absolutely. It's not just matchmaking. That's just one of the many things. It's, we already saw, taking care of babies, but also like pretty much everything. And that could be what you see in the world. It's like a kind of a sleepy, half awake human walk out of their apartment, and a robot walks next to them and turns the human towards the mailbox to retrieve its mail, and then turns the human back inside, and then shuts the door for the human. So almost nannying a lot of people, adult people. who seem to be half awake. A lot of them are wearing like, VR goggle or something like that. They're in, being monitored by little floating kind of computer orbs that are doing readings on them all the time and communicating back to each other. They have, just kind of, something like that, where we want to make it really clear in the beginning that, humans still exist, but why? What are we really doing other than kind of what the robots almost tell us to do, right? A lot of scrolling. And maybe as, Nathan makes his way through town, we see kind of crisp, clean billboards to say things like, like gambling will cost you more than your money, ... like don't read, don't jog, just sit in your pod. These fun little propaganda rhymes bouncing around that are all pointing towards the same thing of just chill out, little human. You've made it. This is the utopia you all wanted. We're here. You get to do nothing and everything's great. So everything's awesome.
It's the world that we all want, or maybe are accidentally running towards.
Right, exactly.
We're
falling into.
All I do is I scroll and I things, and like everything's provided for me.
That's right.
I got my love partner provided for me. My house is provided for me. I get good Wi-Fi, and I'm just
scrolling, baby.
Like, there's not maybe a rule that you have to do 20 miles of scrolls a day, but
it's encouraged.
You really should
get those scrolls.
And of course, no butter on your ham.
Oh, no way. Yeah, just a cold gray cube that everyone eats every morning that is ham in quotes, labeled as ham.
It's your meat cube.
That's right. That's all it is. That's all you need
ham
today.
Is hot-ass meat.
That's it. Oh, that's what it stands for. You know that, right?
Do these people, do they have a memory of, the before times, or is it kind of like there is no... I don't imagine there's a concert happening, or there's not a lot of. No, I started a company and I hired my friends.
Exactly, none of that, and it's similar to 1984 and Fahrenheit 451, and that idle time is also seen as bad. Humans don't really have jobs, though. Their job is to scroll and kind of do whatever the robots are telling you be done. Right. Scroll, walk outside for a minute, come back inside, scroll some more, stand in the kitchen with a robot, make sure your hot ass meat cube. But there's no time for that kind of stuff. And in fact, I would say the most exciting thing, because you need to give humans the bread and circuses or we'll revolt, even as lazy as these ones are, that I assume the powers that be are worried about that potentiality. So the most exciting thing, I think, is these link up days, these true love days when
like a public spectacle sort of.
Exactly. And it doesn't need to be as big as the Hunger Games and the Reaping and stuff, but it's similar to that, I think, where it's someone's coming up to the link up to get their thing. Gather round, everyone. There's a link up in 10 minutes. On your birthday.
It doesn't matter. It's not like we funnel them all into we do 6 in one. No, it's on your birthday.
Yep.
So this people have this to look for. I like that. That's a good. Yeah. And I got way distracted. Tell me about Nathan's birthday. Tell me about it's his 18th birthday. Yeah. Do they come to his house? Do they just show up with a woman and say, "Here, she's yours"?
Right, here she is. No instructions. Good luck. Not
scroll
quite.
Scroll together.
Right. That's it. Just sit in your cube, sit in your pods, and scroll away till you die. They don't say that out loud, but maybe that's implied as the end game here. But for Nathan, again, it's exciting, and so maybe he walks by some of his other 18-year-old or almost 18-year-old friends who are like, today is your day. And I would imagine in this world too, the most human or most recognizably humans are pre-18-year-olds, kind of haven't matched up yet. They're excited, and that's acceptable in this scenario by the powers that be. So Nathan's running towards, or kind of happily skipping towards, this kind of public square where I'm imagining kind of a large computer screen, his robot, maybe an official, one true government robot is there as well or whatever to help with the ceremony. And his robot's ushering him there and gets to the screen and people start to gather around. His friends gather around. I think we said in the Fast Five, like his dad will be there with some balloons.
Nice.
Sanctioned gray balloons sanctioned by the government. A single balloon.
Matte gray.
Right. Right. And yeah, but again, there's real excitement here, and it's maybe like one of the only times you see a crowd of people put their phones down and like laboriously lift their heads up to look at Nathan. Well, many are on their screens watching him too. Maybe a few brave souls decide to look at him in person,
real.
As he walks up to this screen. And I think it would be fun as he's like getting there and they're doing the kind of ceremonial whatever of today is the day and an honor. It is always an honor to be linked up by the great blah, 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 blah government. Maybe out of the corner of his eye, let's do this. Nathan like sees someone moving through the crowd. A hooded figure stands out, not wearing like the robes. They have a hood. Maybe it's a slightly different color than everyone else's robes. And he notices
sun-bleached.
Yeah, he notices a tattoo that looks like a square, like a floppy disk on her hand. Is this person kind of gets closer to Nathan, to the front of the crowd. But it's only a moment he sees this, a second and a half, and then refocuses back on his link-up ceremony. Because, again, today's kind of about him. He's excited. Who cares who's in the crowd? Let's do this thing. And it begins, and it's a pretty quick ceremony where usually there's maybe a robot plays some music.
No music.
Oh, you're right. No music.
They play the Siri notification tune.
And then what should happen is the screen kind of maybe does some algorithming, and then it goes green and it says match, and the person's face pops up and your life begins. But we already decided that's not what happens to Nathan. Maybe his screen flickers green for a second, and then maybe we catch the person in the crowd with the hood reach into their cloak and fumble around for something, and then the screen goes from green to red and reveals the dreaded no match found.
Unmatched.
Boop, boop, boop. And it like flashes maybe briefly, and then like the screen shuts down and the two robots nearest to Nathan like stand up and almost go into reboot mode. Like they just kind of freeze and the crowd quickly disperses. I'm imagining like, oh my gosh.
As soon as this is a world government run by AI effectively.
Yes, we did say that. Whatever AI runs the world,
we don't have to worry about people messing things up anymore. It's just the LLM.
That's it.
And so as soon as we get that red unmatched screen, we're introduced to this movie's
ooh, yes. Tell me.
The chrome domes.
Oh, love it. Tell me about the chrome domes.
The chrome domes are
exciting.
Silvery, shiny robots. They they have built-in high heels. Some people like as an act of subversion call them the chrome doms because they look very much like dominatrixes.
Yes.
Made of sheer shiny metal.
Doms.
In high heels, and their voices are just like static noise. So it's like incredibly disorienting and and when you see the chrome domes or chrome doms, they're like the enforcement robots.
Not good. As arousing as they are.
Exactly.
You have to fight your erection.
It's not legal to be aroused in this world like it was in it's a whole thing, but when the chrome domes show up, someone's in trouble. Someone's getting reprimanded, and in this case, the unmatched, they show up for Nathan and they start they maybe they don't even have to hands on for him. They just show up, they surround him in their shiny chromeness, and they start just stripping him of his digital identity, because that's all we have in this world is our digital identity. So his meat book page is getting deleted, his clicked in page is getting removed, and every trace of Nathan is getting removed. And then they pick him up and they shove him into this like floating shipping container and just box him up in there. And you see the doors close, and it's just labeled SCRAP, scrap. It stands for something, but you can't make it out because it's been worn out over time.
That's right.
But you read it as scrap. They just shove him into the scrap container. He is useless to this society.
Yes. Oof. And I'm imagining, right, the street clears out, maybe the lights turn down, like, right, again, the robots come in, the chrome doms come in, they do this, and maybe Nathan tries to run, but his father with the sad matte gray balloon is like, don't try to run, son. Don't run. That's how they got your uncle. And he gets dragged away. So you can't see what happens next. And yeah, this is a huge bummer, but let's do something here. Let's have something happen to Nathan as he's in this box and about to be like sent to who knows where. Let's have someone come in, John, and kind of do something a little mysterious to Nathan, to throw some zigs and zags in this. I don't want him just to go to his death, obviously. We need something to happen. So what do you got? What should Nathan experience before he gets sent down some tube to some mine? And
well, my heart tells me it should be a sexy nun, but
yes,
in this movie, it's going to be a legacy human.
Ooh, what the heck is that?
We get to meet our first, like, imagine 150-year-old corporate executive.
Ugh, okay, gross.
Looks like the crypt keeper, being kept alive in some sort of floating test tube in a basement filled with Crystal Pepsi.
Yep, like Walt Disney's head.
And
Crystal Pepsi.
They, like, somehow he's gotten out, and he's out having a day on the town. And for him, he remembers a world of the past where we weren't run by robots. And he sees what's happening, and he reaches out with this decrepit, cryptic hand, and he says he grabs Nathan as he's getting loaded into the scrap.
Okay.
And he says, "I get knocked down, but I get up again." And Nathan just freezes, and he's like, "Wait a minute, what? Like, I remember someone singing that song to me. What does that mean? What is it?" And then just clam, the doors close on him.
Shoot, yes. As the legacy human kind of floats away, humming, and that's maybe all Nathan hears as he's pulled away. And so next up, I mean, I think we said this in the Fast Five. I'm seeing Nathan getting dumped down like a literal trash chute into what maybe is labeled like the old Lagerstani mines or something, when this wasn't just some nameless city, but was built on top of the once great Lagerstani Empire.
The last holdout before the AI revolution.
That's right. They were the ones that made it the longest, of course, with all the dancing and the pirating and the fighting and the sexy nunning or whatever. And he's like, I see him kind of like shooting down this garbage chute, and it's kind of like a slide. It's kind of fun, except
it looks fun.
Right, except the destination is not a great one. And he's probably expecting like to end up in like a dark, sulfurous trap filled with just depressed people. And
I think in this world, like, if you're either a murderer or if you're unmatched, you go down the trash chute and you end up in the mines, and you just mine lithium for teeth forever. Mine tungsten for the robots.
That's right. So he's expecting a smelly man pit at the bottom of the world, where he's just going to be forced to do physical labor, which he hasn't done much of his life. So he's dreading everything about this. But I think on the way down, let's have it where, like, as he's going down this chute, like a pile of garbage mysteriously but clearly mechanically like moves out of the way in the chute, blocks the chute in front of him, and reveals another path, another chute he can go down. And he kind of like slides down that other chute. He's redirected that way.
Love that. And
where does he pop out, John?
This is where we get to the end of Act 1, and I think the big reveal of kind of what's happening. He is redirected down the chute. He lands and kind of like thuds at the bottom into this, I would say, like a pile of leaves, right? Like, no, not a pile of leaves. He lands into a pile of those bright yellow raincoats.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And as he's falling through the sky, this huge pile of yellow raincoats breaks his fall, and we look up and we see we're in this like neon lit underground hedonistic sort of paradise.
Yes,
it does not look like the mines at all. It looks kind of like a
party,
like a crystal forest.
There you go.
With
Okay.
neon and people seem to be joyful. They're all wearing different clothes, and we land here, and I think this is a great finish for our first act. Is we've met the world, and then we just realize there's a whole nother part underneath.
Hell yeah.
Act 1 in the books, and also, what the heck is a legacy human?
So then, Act 2, the cave versus the cloud. Harrison. Nathan just landed on a pile of yellow raincoats.
Rain jackets.
I don't know, in my head I wanted it to be like really bright and neon.
Got it. I get it. Yeah. I see it.
So what happened? Like when he lands here, is it just people that are they robots? Or tell me about where he ended up.
It's all the beautiful people, John. All the unmatched people, which we're going to learn more about in a moment. But I think in this moment, we're kind of just like Nathan. We're in awe. We're kind of shocked that this just happened. He just was unmatched. Like the worst of the worst happened to him. Then he was captured by robots. A creepy old man touched him and then said something at him.
A legacy human.
he was sucked down a tube, and now he's in a bunch of rain jackets, looking at kind of like an underground carnival party. Right, neon lights and music, dancing, people wearing not much clothing. It looks like like a techno Woodstock, and
okay,
and
actually,
he's
not bad.
Yeah, right. He's so overwhelmed with all of that, and I think he's standing there like mouth agape. A hand reaches out to lift him up out of the pile of rain jackets, and we notice it's the same hand that has the floppy disk tattoo on it from earlier, from his link up ceremony, and it's a woman, and she is a smoking hot babe,
of course,
and
not Marissa Tomei.
Not this
she
time.
she did not email us and say stop putting me in your movies. We're just gonna leave her out of this one for fun
for now. You gotta spice it up. And I'm with this woman, so she's clearly super hot, Marissa Tomei-esque.
Megan Fox,
great, perfect.
Okay. Megan Transformer era,
of
Megan
course.
Fox,
of course. It doesn't need to be said. Yes, peak Megan Fox, and so the Megan Fox we all saw in our heads, fixing that car in Transformers. It's that Megan Fox. She's here now, kind of wearing half a bathing suit, and maybe she got cool dreadlock hair. I don't know. Fill in the blanks yourself. We got to give her a cool name. What should her name be? Should it is yourself if she reaches out?
She's an underground person, so I don't even know if we give her a proper name. I think she just goes by the Glitch Witch.
Yes. The Glitch Witch. Ooh, mystical, exciting, sexy. It's got all the parts, and there's probably like a small crowd behind her, and I want this scene to kind of be like she reaches out, she's helping Nathan up, and she's cool as the other side of the pillow, but behind her are some overly excited other unmatched folk, and one of them's like, is that really him? Is it him? Let me get a look.
Okay, so there's a prophecy involved.
Something, yeah, exactly right. Clearly they're expecting Nathan to show up.
Is that him?
Exactly right. And the Glitch Witch quickly is like, silence, not now. And then to Nathan is like, we've been expecting you. Don't say anything. And then things maybe get serious for a moment, and the Glitch pulls out a knife, and Nathan's like, this day, I hate this day. Why am I not in my pod with my screen? I wish I was ever born. But she pulls out a knife. The small crowd holds Nathan down, and he's like, am I about to be killed by all these raincoat dancing people? Like, what happened to the mines? Give me the mines. But it's not death. They just have to remove this tracking chip that's been in him forever that maybe he didn't even know about. So they do that.
Same one they put in your dogs now.
That's right. It's the same exact one, just recycled. And so they throw that down the other garbage chute, and get Nathan up, patch him up, hand him a flagon of something that he drinks and feels happier than he's ever felt in his life. And what begins next is kind of what happens in a lot of movies, this fun kind of intro to a new world where the Glitch Witch and Nathan walk around and kind of discover what are we going to call this way of life, John, this world they've built and how they all.
I got a really fun name.
Let's
for
go.
It. Hakuna. No, I'm just kidding. But
Hamkuna
Batata. But seriously, it's called the Way of the Unmatched. The Unmatched Way.
The Unmatched Way.
We are the Unmatched.
Yes.
And I think
proud of it.
That's but envision like the Hakuna Matata scene where it's like Simba's finally like, wait, people live differently,
right?
They're like, first we got to get you some clothes, and he's seeing denim, and he's seeing silk button-down shirts, and he grabs, unfortunately, a Kangol hat.
Of course,
he's like, oh, I've always wanted to wear a hat.
If Mark McGrath wore it in Sugar Ray, it's down here and people are still wearing it. It's Mark McGrath's entire wardrobe.
That's the inspiration for the whole underground world.
Of course,
they're all trying to become like Sugar Ray. He was an icon in the past. He was a fashion icon.
He saw the future. He knew how we would all be dressing. This is just all the unwanted clothes that ended up in a garbage heap, and now we have them down here.
But there are clothes. And I think most importantly, as he's starting to get his bearings and stuff, and we're finishing our tour, the Glitch Witch takes him by a little, like a food truck stand.
Sure.
And she goes, give me 2 regulars.
Okay, what are regulars?
And the cook just whips out, and he's got 2 like paper plates, and he goes, here you go, Glitch Witch. And it's just 2 hunks of ham with butter. With butter on it. Also, this is the only thing that you can get at this food truck. It's just butter ham,
which is most of it. But it's not the hot ass meat from up above. It's got some color. It's glistening with what looks like real butter. We're not going to ask questions about what all these things are they're actually eating. But it's introduces ham with butter to Nathan, and I'm imagining he takes a bite and like his eyes light up, his heart slows down, right?
Fat.
Exactly.
It's like their version of like a slancha, right? It's like, oh, we have a butter ham.
Yes. Well, we'll have a butter ham together. Come over, we'll have a butter ham, we'll talk.
Share your dipping butter with me.
It's a sign of trust. Right, exactly right. So they're sharing some dipping butter, talking, walking around, and I want him to see, let's see if we can do this. I want him, as they're walking, enjoying their butter ham, maybe Nathan sees a large mural of like a bird with musical notes coming out of its mouth. And underneath the mural, it reads, one day the baby bird will set us free. And he kind of, in the moment, again, there's a lot going on, a lot to process. Maybe he's never even seen like art before that wasn't like a picture of a tree or whatever, picture of a robot holding you as a baby.
Stick figure art.
Right, exactly right. Just junk. Blown away by that, but it makes an impression on him, and he kind of stares there with the butter ham dripping out of his mouth, and the Glitch Witch has to kind of shake him out of it and keep going. The ham takes a little bit. It can slow the heart down and slow the mind down as it gets started, but you'll get used to it. Let's keep walking. And I want her to kind of tell him and us, the audience, kind of what reality is. This is like kind of the scene in The Matrix when Neo wakes up and he's like, "Am I dead? Where am I? What's this? Why do my eyes hurt? I've never used them before." It's one of those. You're in the real world now, and we're gonna rip back the curtain. So what should that? Give me the highlights, John, of like what do we know? Which we covered a lot in the Fast Five, but let's go through it again. Like what do we know to be the reality of the matched, of the people on the surface?
Well, I think the first thing that happens is as they're eating their butter ham, she gives him, and for the first time he sees a metal spoon. Okay. And she says, "Bend this spoon." And he picks the spoon up and he bends it with his hands. And she's like, "I knew it. I knew he was the baby bird." Yeah. So we can probably get away with that.
Totally.
But then she goes on to say, like, so the real reason that this whole matchmaking thing is happening is because the robots run the world, and like any apex species, really, we just got to make sure we're okay, and then sure, if other things do fine, that's okay, but we have to be okay first, and that's how the robots are approaching humanity. So she's telling him, like, look, whether you want to believe me or not, the matchmaking thing it's eugenics. She says, you do know what this word means? And he shakes his head like, no, you what? She's like, it's a way to like control the population. What they do is they only match people with certain deficiencies. They're breeding humanity to be weak-boned and docile. They use humans to power their mainframe. Right. So she's like unloading this exposition onto him, and I think it makes a lot of sense because, sorry, I'm a nerd. But we have AIs in control of the world, and AI and machine learning, and even humanity is guilty of like what selection bias.
Of course.
So if you tell AI, like, look at this and get rid of the problems, AI gets rid of the problems, sure, but it doesn't care at all where the problems go.
Right, exactly.
And that's the problem in this matchmaking. So they get rid of the humans down the trash chute. No longer do those humans even exist anymore to them. So the matching service was created to breed a weak, docile, weak-boned version of humans to give them battery power.
Right.
And then anyone that was going to be strong, that wasn't going to get diabetes like me, is shut down the trash chute. And that's how we built this uprising down here.
I love that. So by filtering out for the weak, they've also filtered who's going to be strong and have good ideas. And I think she's kind of explaining this, and Nathan's probably like, what like all we have to do, the glitch witch probably tells Nathan, is like, be there on link up day and make sure you go down the right trash chute to here. And Nathan's like, what's down the other trash chute? And she's like, a giant lake of acid. And Nathan's like, what? What about the mines?
The mines?
The people making robot parts. Nope, acid. Everyone's melted. Or comes here. So, yeah, his fate was never going to be in a mine somewhere. He was, as John said, kind of decided to be too strong or smart or strong-willed or whatever. Some flag in the AI system flew up for Nathan, and now he's out of sight for the AI, so he basically doesn't exist. But of course, they're thriving, all these unmatched people down in this cool hippie town under the ground. And so this is a lot, obviously, for Nathan. He'll probably like have another bit of ham and then pass out for the night. But I think it's probably a good idea where like the next morning, the glitch witch wakes him up.
Love this.
And
yeah,
she's
fast.
like, right. She's like, I want to show you something. Like, I want to show you. I know you heard
Bear
a
in
lot
mind,
yesterday.
this is hot Megan Fox.
Yeah,
and she
right.
says,
Hot
I want to
Megan
show you
Fox.
something.
He's like,
and he's
right.
like, yeah.
He's like, right, my tummy hurts. Why does it's all the ham. You'll get used to it.
I want to show you something.
Something, right? Where do you poop around here? I need help. Anyway, so and I think her plan is to like take Nathan in disguise, in cloaks or whatever, up to the surface. So instead of her just, I told you a lot yesterday, we talked a lot, but I want to show you, I want you to see it with your own eyes and experience it. Now that you know the truth, you won't be able to unsee the things we talked about. So she's trying to just earn his trust, I guess, because again, she thinks the people down there think he's like maybe some prophecy.
Do you think she thinks he's
I don't know. Maybe she does. Maybe she's undecided. As a leader, she probably can't be too bought into it because obviously if she's wrong and she compromises the whole commune they've built, then it's her fault. So she's got to be a little guarded. And maybe she tells Nathan, I want to show you so you can see for yourself what I mean, but also maybe wants to see, what does Nathan do when we go back to the surface? Does he run home to his dad crying, take me back, please, I'll do anything? Or
sends the whole family to the mines, which is now a giant lake of acid.
Right. Or does he, stick with the glitch witch and what happens up there when he's kind of returned to the world he was just pulled away from? Because that would be a good sign for her if he really is maybe the one or not, or at least serious about helping them. So, and yeah, and he's enlightened now. He returns to the match surface world with the glitch witch, and now the things that were like perfect and safe, like we talked about at the beginning of the movie, it's now seen as like, oh wow, we're really like helicopter parents of robots. Like we couldn't do anything. Why and he probably has a lot of questions and he's crashed out a little bit. High fives can't kill you. Working out and reading books isn't dangerous. Soda and tasty cakes aren't optimized for your health and happiness. And the glitch witch is like, the last one is only half a lie. But yes, you're seeing it. You're seeing all the lies you were fed every day to be dumb and weak and complacent. And so Nathan gets it, but him seeing it himself kind of seals it for him in his mind of like, oh my God, this is worse than I imagined. Thank goodness I escaped. But something should happen up here.
I was just gonna say here, so
things are going too well.
Witch, we're learning about the ways of the underground. Here's a good time for a wild card.
Yes.
And this one is gonna be a very on context wild card. So while we're back up on the surface in the matched world, Nathan and the glitch witch aren't necessarily like they're not trackable by the AI because they've got their chips removed, but somehow the chrome domes show up. You can hear their heels cracking and their weird static harmonic death voice.
Right.
They pop around the corner, and now here's two people that are untracked, and it's kind of curtains. Like the chrome domes are an unrelenting force. They're android powered. They're faster. They're smarter. They're stronger than humans.
Yep.
And they're going to take them to the acid lake. And I think like they start approaching Nathan and the glitch witch. And now there's three coming from each side.
Oh, snap.
And something happens to save them. Harrison, Science Man. What?
We're gonna
Nathan
call it,
poops his ham, his buttered ham.
Poops. They slip on the ham poops and wipe. No, I mean, he could. Wouldn't be an unreasonable response to robot death. Eating a pound and a half of ham the day before. Just let it all
butter.
loose.
It was the butter, not the ham.
Came right out of me. Don't look at me, glitch witch. Don't look at me. I've never pooped like this before. Does it always feel this good? And so, no, we're not going to do that. I don't think. I think instead, let's have something even more surprising happen, where as the chrome domes get close, Nathan almost like goes into like a trance, like a seizure, and what's happening, his vocal cords are like hijacked by what we'll call like a legacy bug, but essentially what happens is that song that we heard, the woman who we now are kind of believing is his mother, the woman and the baby in the crib in the first opening shot, that song that woman was humming to him starts coming out of his mouth, and it's the words to go with it are the same words the legacy humans said to him when he was being boxed up and scrapped up and sent down.
I get knocked down.
Exactly right. So with no control and no really awareness as it's happening, Nathan starts belting out, which I'm sure you all
I'll
know.
have a whiskey drink. I'll have a lager drink.
The perfect song for this podcast. Tubthumping by the great Chumbawamba. But it's not just music. It's like a mind virus to all of these robots. So the chrome domes that are kind of closing in, they realize they start to freeze. It's like like something that Nathan is saying and singing the Chumbawamba song is corrupting their minds. They freeze.
It's like a cyber attack.
Exactly.
Only a human vocal attack
by the power of Tubthumping by Chumbawamba. And it all happens like almost in an instant or a couple seconds. And as it does, as the chrome domes all fall down, it's exactly like that scene in the Matrix when Neo stops the bullets in the hallway, and they're like, "He is the one." So that's
he's the baby bird, is what they say in this movie.
He is the baby bird. He sings, and they fall. But the glitch witch, the few.
He's not wearing a trench coat. He's dressed like Sugar Ray.
Yeah, he's got a huge Kangol hat on, a sleeveless furry vest, and like sequins pants. He's got the pursuit suit on. And huge glasses. It looks like Elton John and Mark McGrath together. But yeah, so he's not blending at all.
Which is just Elton John.
That's how the chrome domes found him. So he was the only person wearing a Kangol hat. But anyway, so this all happens. The robots collapse, and Nathan's standing there, like Glitch looking at him. A few of the other kind of outcasts that came up to the surface with him are there, and they're, "Oh my God, it's true. He's the one. He can sing. He's the baby bird. It's all true. The prophecy is true." And so it's this great success. But of course, they got to like get the heck out of there because there are more robots coming. Maybe Nathan is like tired from all the Chumbawamba singing, and like,
definitely
we got to get him out. We got to get more ham in this guy.
He's low on butter and ham.
Low on butter and ham.
And they've got a bunch of access points. So
yes, all over the city.
Because most of the humans up here aren't strong enough to lift up a sewer drain.
No,
but the unmatched ones are. So it's just like, okay, pick them, shove them down the drain.
Right.
Garbage chute. We're back down, and we get him fed up. But I want him to have another experience.
Yes.
In the like, he saw it again, and he saw it was a little different. But I think after that, what does Nathan want to do? He's like, well, I do want to check on my family. Like, let's give Nathan an older brother.
Okay, perfect. Let's do that. Okay. And what does he do? How does he find him? Because now he's kind of a wanted man a little bit. Took out a couple of robots, probably freaking out the AI. probably can't go back to the surface. What is he? How does he do it? How does he check?
He's got Glitch Witch is the leader of the underground revolution,
Right.
of course. But she's been down here for a long time.
Yes.
Usually girls don't get sent down here. They just get recycled to see if there's a match.
Right.
She almost like maybe she chose to come down here.
Ooh.
And she learned software and she learned engineering. So
maybe she was born down there, John?
she could have been the only human born in the underneath.
There we go.
Yeah,
Right out of the Matrix. Just keep on.
And Batman.
That's true. Right.
I was born in the unmatched.
That's right.
So she's got her methods. So she's got her little like bat cave set up, and there's a couple of like old analog video cameras. So she's
Okay.
like, I can show you how to tap in, and we can check on your brother. And she gets
Nice.
Nathan set up, and she's like, look, it's not going to be what you want it to be, man. I've also known about people up there, and it's just
Right.
sad. But here you go. The password is password spelled backwards, and today's year. And just type that in and you'll be able to type your brother's name. And then we see Nathan's older brother. And
Yeah.
now in the beginning of the movie, when we see Nathan leaving his apartment, it's kind of like maybe not happy, but like peaceful
Right,
and,
exactly.
and docile and dormant. But now it looks like almost gray and sad. It's
Even
like,
grayer.
are we looking at this on a monochrome screen?
Right.
No, that is full
That's
color.
full color.
That's all that we get. And his brother is just up there. I mean, it's like a trope on like a bad marriage. Like he's just face down in his phone,
Yeah.
doesn't have the neck strength to pick it up all the way anymore and even
Yep.
look at who he matched with. They have one or two kids that are like using a walker
Right.
to get around the house because they haven't got their leg muscles grown in yet.
Nope.
Just
Nope.
debreeding humanity into
Yes.
effectively
Oh, my God.
just scrollers.
Just scrollers in their pods until they pass out, and the robots lift you into your bed pod and then lift you back the next morning. Yeah, I like this. He's seen the sad, gray, depressing life.
And that's all very intentional.
Yeah.
Not to point a finger at us today in the world, but what these AI robots learned is the sadness sells subscriptions. Like if they can set their algorithms up to keep you sad and lonely, then you're more apt to get on your phone and scroll. So the matches are made this way too.
Yeah.
Like obviously they don't want you to breed anyone that is strong, but also we don't want you to quite get along. So where do you go? You don't go to your loved one and open up and be vulnerable. You go to your phone and you scroll.
Right.
So they're like building this into humanity.
Right. And I think if we can even, I'll nerd out too for a moment. I think obviously the world we see at the beginning are all the ivory streets or the matte gray streets, the clean docileness, the perfect, in quotes, world that's been built that's all very safe and whatever. What we don't see, along with the fun underground heated world, are like all the data centers outside of town that are like powering all the scrolling and all the robots, all the stuff's going on. And I think the AI has figured out that like all the heat coming out those servers, they can trap it in like turbines, like nuclear power. And that's what, so powers the city. So literally the humans scrolling and consuming Friends reruns or just whatever they're doing.
Pivot.
Right.
Imagine being able to lift a whole couch
Right.
with only two people.
Ridiculous. Could never happen. These fantasy shows. Walking alone, unaided, amazing. A sky, blue, unimaginable.
Everything is sci-fi.
Right. Everything is sci-fi to them. So, yeah, but that's a big reason why they need the humans now. But maybe they found like a solution where they have enough power, whatever it is. But truly, humans being lazy is powering the world through all the heat coming off the servers into these giant turbines that they use
And also
to power themselves.
powers the robots. And so it's when Nathan's having this realization. If anyone was nerdy and old enough in the 90s, we'll go with Nathan here's a uh-oh. If anyone ever
Yes.
was a member of ICQ before AIM was popular.
Ah.
So Nathan gets a message. He gets an alert on the computer. And if you remember ICQ, dabs. And if you don't, sorry. It was like IRC. It was like AIM. It was like AOL Messenger before. Anyways, not the point. Nathan gets an alert on the screen.
Got it.
And this is the first time he's ever seen an alert on a screen, unless if someone liked one of his videos.
Right.
So he immediately goes to click on it, but it's an alert. He intercepts a radio signal from above.
Ooh.
And it comes across as static. So he yells for the glitch witch. And it feels weird saying like glitch witch every time instead of just glitchy, but that's what she wants to be called.
That's right.
Glitch witch, something's happening. And she comes in and types in a decode parameter. And then we learn now that the robots are planning on launching version 2.0.
Oh boy. Okay. What does that mean?
2.0 is their new plan. It's being broadcast in robot language, so humans aren't supposed to hear it. But 2.0 glitch witch can decode. The next iteration is that they're just going to put all of the humans in a giant fire pit or down into the lake of acid, because we've learned that, like, honestly, the humans are doing okay, but they're terribly inefficient. We could just build a digital AI robot that scans way faster and is more efficient. Turns out we don't need these meats anymore. Get rid of them all. Get rid of them. That's version 2.0. We're just going to be done with this.
Wow. Okay, so Nathan intercepts this glitch witch, hears it too, and it could be this really dramatic scene of him reading the message with the glitch witch on one screen and looking over the other screen and seeing his brother like falling asleep in his pod and then popping his head up and going, "Where is my son? Do I have a son? Carry me to my bed, robot." And he's covered in pee and feces. And he's like, "Oh my God, my brother used to laugh with me. He was a human once. What happened to him? They're killing him." No. And so he's emotional and decides in that moment with the glitch witch of like, they can't let this happen. Like we have the ability. There's so many people down here. Like, we already went up once and we were able to take out those robots. I think I can destroy them all, but I need your help. And, and tries. And I think that's the plan, is to rally the unmatched and to take back their world. They're stronger. They're smarter than all the humans up there.
For sure.
And now with this one example of the chrome domes passing out with the singing of Tubthumping by Nathan, well, can they amplify that? Can they turn that from a machine gun type weapon into a nuclear weapon? Let's only one way to find out. And I think this can kind of set up the end of the second act and the beginning of what will probably be a ridiculous third act pretty well.
I think you got it. He gives a speech to the folks down there, lets them know, like, I have a special power. Follow me. We're the only ones strong enough to lift the sewer grates. Let's go.
I've tasted ham.
They literally cannot save themselves. What do you say we give it a shot? I'm sure some people are like, but we have it pretty good down here. We have the ham and the butter.
It's only a matter of time. After they kill all of them, they're coming for us.
Exactly.
They'll find us.
Let's do
You're
it.
fools living here thinking they'll never come.
It's a narrow margin, but he gets the 60-40 vote, and that's going to take us into Act 3.
And he's the baby bird. So, he just starts singing, "I get knocked up," or "Get knocked down, but I get up again." And they start chanting with him, and they're pumped up. Chumbawamba pumps them up for this robot-human battle.
My robot Grammy would make the best buttered hams. I can still see the butter dripping from her mouth.
So coming into Act 3, the robot apocalypse, we've got a setup coming here for, I guess, a big confrontation between the bred for strong humanity, the unmatched, the matched humanity that can't help itself, and really the robots. So I think this Act 3 is going to open up, and we're going to be on the surface as the robots are preparing for version 2.0 and
stand in
no
line,
longer
everyone.
Even making hot ass meat cubes. Like, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna have to feed them tomorrow anyways.
That's right. They'll be hot ass meat cubes tomorrow.
And you see this giant boring machine, like think Ninja Turtles shredder, what he used to use to go around the earth. Only this one's made out of robot elbows. The whole thing, robot elbows strapped together with zip ties. and they're spitting and they bore up through the center of the earth. And this is where we launch our breach, our battle against AI to save humanity.
Hell yes, this is gonna be epic. So okay, and then what is this? What's kind of the broad strokes, John? What does it look like when they get up there? The humans, the unmatched, kind of jump out of this huge robot elbow boring machine, take to the streets with like trash can lid shields, and
it's clearly it's like we're pretty unmatched here against. It's like you know, you look at a tale as old as time. Like Rome beat the barbarians, had better equipment. America usually wins its wars because we spend a lot of money on them. So like kind of the same thing here. Like we got trash can lids and we're throwing ham bones and the robots are the robots are just like so much more equipped to fight back. They're launching like group targeted ads where everyone has to swipe and you can't tell how to click. And like no, I'm just trying to fight the robot, and you're getting you're getting logic bombs and quotes from Socrates to keep you busy. The robots are just good at keeping them busy, I guess.
Sure, they're trying anyway.
But this is where it's just setting us up for ultimately what is going to be Nathan's moment to shine, because we see as soon as the early unmatched warriors leave that boring machine that they're just gonna die right away.
Right.
If they didn't have something, if they didn't have a wild card to save them.
Exactly, and I think that wild card is Nathan, and really Chumbawamba, but he's got to make it, and that could be a fun dramatic scene of like where the shield, as all the unmatched have their shield, their garbage can shields, and their ham bones, kind of fighting off these T-1000 looking robots right into a phalanx. So they're covering him with ham bones and garbage can shields. Nathan in the middle, moving through the city towards the mainframe, towards the beta tower, the central hub.
And I think the whole time, like once they phalanx up, Nathan just starts belting. Like,
yeah, right. True. As they get closer, right, they throw a ham bone at him, but then he just says, I get knocked down, and 10 robots fall.
He's just he's a walking Chumbawamba EMP.
Right. And maybe it starts out with him doing that, and 10 robots fall down, 20 fall down, but they like look at the horizon or across the city, and it's like 1,000 robots, and the glitch witch kind of looks at Nathan and is like, this isn't enough. You can't just sit here and yell. Like, we need something bigger. It needs to be bigger. And then she's like, I have an idea. Come with me. So they head to the mainframe, head to the beta tower, and they kind of grab an access terminal and press the talk to text button. And he just starts singing, I get knocked down, but I get up again. And it grabs into the system and just like goes both into like the loudspeakers across the town, but also like right into the AI's code. He's like talking into the actual system itself, which is the nuclear option. He's destroying them.
The night away. Robots start it's just a nuke for just these robots. The like match people aren't doing anything either.
They're just standing around confused, like drooling, looking at their screens. But I like the pissing the night away. That's now a command to the AI that have no bladders, so they're trying to pee, and that's impossible, and they just start exploding in the pelvis region. So he's killing them with the pissing the night away line. It's overwhelming their logic, and they're passing out or die, whatever, collapsing as robots do. And this is happening kind of in waves.
Yeah, my head, this spreads like a shock wave.
Yes, exactly.
And now that we're up on top of the beta mainframe tower, from the camera you can see like the robots close, and then it spreads out block by block. They
start falling like dominoes.
And there's just crumbly robot elbows all over the city now.
Yes. And the gigantic beta screen in the middle of the city, it tries to reboot itself, but it crashes and goes black, and the crowd, the unmatched, are cheering, "Yeah, we did it!" And I think all the matched people are kind of like, their phones also die or go offline, and they are forced to use their neck muscles and look up, and most start cheering because why not? They just want to be part of the crowd.
Easy to influence.
And so things look like it's all worked out, but I don't think it has, John. I think we've got one more curveball. These sons of guns, these AI sneaky robot people, robots.
I think before we get a curveball, we have a brief moment after our success for Nathan and the Glitch Witch.
Okay, yes.
To kind of we've had a Ross and Rachel thing going on with them.
We have.
And after Nathan's success and he remembers the "Pissing the Night Away" lyrics, they kind of like, we get some music playing and there's a soft breeze.
It's
and
Chumbawamba, an orchestral version of Tubthumping.
A children's orchestra version singing "Pissing the Night Away."
Perfect.
As the robots explode and the Glitch Witch reaches for Nathan's hand, and you can kind of see the look on their face as she goes to pull. Bear in mind, the Glitch Witch is played by Megan Fox.
Exactly right.
And Nathan is the guy that checked this beer in.
Right. Just a guy on the street.
And she grabs his hand and she goes to pull him in for a warm embrace, and we're finally gonna realize that we're more than just estranged. We're estranged lovers.
Right. That's right.
But then
love can exist
we
out
get
here. Okay.
the new anomaly, and it's from the very top of the Beta Tower. From the ground, rather, they jump to the top of this 50-story building.
Yes,
and we now meet the true love robots.
Ooh, okay.
Nathan immediately, he drinks a whiskey drink. He drinks a lager drink. He drinks a cider drink. He sings the songs that remind him of the good times. And the true love robots are just like, they stop and they look at him and they say, "That won't work on us. We are true love. Totally remote, inaccessible, local utility vectors."
And Nathan's like, "What the hell does that mean?"
"It means we're not hooked up to the system. Your song virus has no effect on us. Now that you've destroyed our world, we're going to do the same to yours."
Oh, shit.
"You thought you outsmarted us? But we've known your whereabouts since the beginning. You can't hold a beta down for that long." Glitch Witch kind of looks and like, God,
boy, they need to edit better. Still horrible at writing.
Obviously, AI wrote that.
Okay, great. So what happens? So what do they do? What happens? He's seemingly unstoppable or immune to the Chumbawamba song. What do they do? What do these robots do?
I think the first thing that happens is, like, a handful of these ultimate robots they're like, "We're going to destroy your town," right? So they jump down the trash chute and they're like heading to the underground neon city to go destroy it.
Right. And this is easy. They can just be like, "Are those chutes still pointed at the acid lake?" And Glitch Witch is like, "Yep." And then we just hear robot screams as the true love robots meet their melted deaths. And then I think it could be as simple as the Glitch Witch like tases the other two out of commission, or hits them with like huge ham hock bones.
He's like, "Does that work?"
I guess so. The butter drips and glitches their main board, their circuit board.
It never rains on Earth anymore,
Right,
so
yeah,
they weren't
of course.
waterproof.
No way. That's good. That's good. Oh my Lord. All right, perfect. All right, so now I think victory can be sealed.
But victory could go a few ways, I think.
Okay.
So effectively, Nathan and the Glitch Witch have defeated the robots. They prevented version 2.0, but we've got a choice probably to make here.
Okay.
Like, the robots shut down and we've got these weak-boned, docile humans, the matched humans,
Right.
and they're kind of not going to be able to live on their own. Like, no one's going to be able to wipe them or tell them where their kids are if they have kids. Like, there's going to be a whole, we'll say, half of the population of what's left of the earth just kind of left here without anyone to take care of them.
That's a lot of work. That's true. Okay, so Nathan kind of has a decision to make of what does he do with all these basically baby people who are like releasing a wolf.
I understand what the robots were doing. I don't know why they were keeping them here, though.
Does everyone have diapers? I never had a diaper. How's that? Yeah, when you're 30, you got to put a diaper on you.
By then, you're weak enough to need it. You just get one, though.
That's right. They just keep replacing it, keep washing it in the sink. Oh God. Anyway, so he's got that choice in front of him. I don't know. What does he do? Does he just? I mean, I think he kind of has to decide. Maybe he sees his brother and he's like, "We must. It's okay. This wasn't the victory lap we all thought of, cheersing and jumping around.
Now we're just hospice
nannies."
workers.
Right? But we made this mess. We can't abandon them like the robots were ready to. And so I think, yeah, they're gonna help the matched humans. Maybe the best way to do it is like send them all down the chute to the unmatched party world. Stay down there for a couple years, get your neck muscles back, look at some naked people, and then come back up here and, we'll be hanging out in your jacuzzis while you're gone. Kind of is like a Rumspringa down in the underworld. The underworld world serves as a great kind of awakening experience for a lot of these.
I want a sad ending so bad, but this isn't the movie for it.
Maybe not.
And I like that it's like this would be a fun ending where it's like, okay, yeah, we did good, but like, what do we do with all these people? And then the glitch witch is like, easy. We send them down the tube. They get strong, and then they come back. Right. We don't have to worry. And Nathan's like, oh my God, what a great idea. There's plenty of ham and butter down there for them to get strong. And then we just have like the unmatched now living on the surface, taking advantage of the hot tubs. And I think in probably the closing shot, it's Nathan, Megan Fox, the glitch witch. And they're in a hot tub, and they're toasting to champagne glasses full of melted butter. And you see the champagne glass just get set down, and then you hear the sounds of them making out. Ham smashing together, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
We keep our PG rating, but you know what happened.
That's right. A new day rises on humanity as maybe in the distance the last robot screams from the acid lake are faintly heard. But yeah, I like that. This is
and then
nice.
We start breeding stronger humans.
That's right. All of them descended from Megan Fox because she's the only woman we've talked about in this movie. She's the queen bee. Her life is going to get very interesting.
Well, this definitely won't be weird. For what it's worth, sisters bring a special kind of joy.
Okay. All right. Great. So that was True Love. Do we have an epilogue? I have an epilogue idea, John, but what do you think? Does this one need one?
Well, I like the epilogue. I don't want to interject anything. I would prefer you keep the glitch witch involved somehow.
Okay, got it.
And
I can do that.
Make it, obviously it's going to happen after our end credits.
Sure.
Try and do something. Try and throw me for a loop. Like, don't make it this was all a dream, but like maybe was the glitch witch a robot the whole time? Was she a super advanced cyborg?
You're right. Going through this, there are a lot of things that could have happened. I'm glad we talked about ham as much as we did. I was worried we'd be under-hammed this episode, but I think we nailed the ham. Almost. Right in the middle of that spiral. So it's not, but here's what I'm seeing. And it's, let's say a couple months after the great match day, the unmatched day, whatever, the victory day for humans.
Takes control of humanity.
Go. Yes. They've been sitting down at a bar, and the glitch witch is there, and she's like humming a song, and then Nathan has heard her hum a lot before. And he's like, what is that song you're always humming? And she's like, it's Mambo number 5. My mother used to sing it to when I was a baby. She escaped the match world 20 years ago, fell in love with my unmatched father, and they built up the underworld. And Nathan kind of pauses for a minute, and it's like 20 years, and maybe a little sweat forms on his brow, and the glitch witch is like, yeah, why? And he's like, my mother disappeared 20 years ago too. And there's like a large pregnant awkward silence as they both contemplate something too gross to be imagined. And then Nathan is quickly like, that floppy disk tattoo, did she, that woman, your mother, did she give that to you? Because and the glitch witch cuts him off, and she's like, it's not a tattoo, it's a birthmark. And then Nathan's face goes white as a sheet, and he pulls down his pants and is like, I have the same birthmark on my butt. And then Nathan and the glitch witch both stare at each other, grossed out, pause, and then all at the same time at once say, you're my sister, you're my brother, and then proceed to barf and run away from each other. And I want the last thing to be a side character that has had no lines. It's like maybe just like eating an apple and wielding a knife the entire movie. He emerges on screen and says something like, well, I bet the AIs would have caught that a lot sooner. Oops. And then turns and walks away to the distance as Tubthumping by Chumbawamba plays once again, and everything fades to black.
No notes.
Oh boy.
I think the moral of this one is when an AI matchmaking service tells you that your perfect soulmate is a narcissist with weak hip bones, Don't walk away. Just run to a cave. Run to the trash chute.
Right. And remember, true freedom isn't found in a perfect algorithm. It's found in a plate of buttered ham and a high-stakes robot elbow rebellion and that 1998 one-hit wonder playing in a loop in your head.
I get sure. Robot Elbow Rebellion is a fun tongue twister.
Yeah, it is tough.
If you want more tongue twisters,
Listen to
find a
Tubthumping.
beta. Make sure you tune in next week for a brand new Fast Five. We're going to have a fresh lineup of beers, and you'll get to vote on which one becomes the full Beer Me That Movie feature film next week.
Yes, so don't let the machines pick your beer or your movies. Go vote, stay unsinkable, and for heaven's sakes, try not to date your long-lost sister. Until then,
Peace.
punch,
Gimme.
get
knocked
down.
And then get up again. And then piss the night away.
Don't forget to piss the night.